Welcome, guys. We're going to dig a little bit more into the Python numbers, like the int, floats, complexity. We discussed them before, but then now we're going to provide some more examples and some format changing and different kind of details that we may need to know for our experiments in future. So again, we're going to use the Google Colab as one of the main interface that we're always using for Python. So put just new Python 3 file and let's just get it started. So the naming doesn't matter as we know that we're working with the Python numbers, but let's just put Python numbers. So let's just go ahead and get it started. Assuming we're defining a equal to 1 as an int and like b equal to 2.3 as a floating number and c equal to 1 plus 3j as the complex number. As you can see, we defined different types of variables here, and we can easily print the type of any of which as we do type a. It's like a class int. If we just change this thing and run it again, type b is going to float, and type c is a complex number. So that was all. Integers can be positive or negative, but they are without any decimal or any other kind of j as indicators of the complex numbers. So we can have different kind of examples for doing so, but that was pretty much it. So there's no need to dig more into that because it's a very simple concept. So the next section of this tutorial is that we need to discuss about the changing of the type of the variables. Assuming we do know that we have type of a again is int. What if someone want to change the type of these variables? For example, let's change the type of b to integer. So we do know that the b is like a float, but if we change the type with the command int b, we have another number. So the integer here, the int is a command that turns the variable, whatever we have, whatever type we have, to int. So as you can see, b is 2.3, but when we put the int, it just round it to the nearest integer, which is 2. And that's all. We change the type. But what if we want to change the type of a to another thing? A is integer. To change the type of a to float, we just simply use the float built-in function command of a. As you can see, a turns to float with a decimal point indicating, but it actually doesn't change the number because technically all int numbers are float. So, and here's pretty much some sort of the number conversion. And assuming we want to have some random numbers, so we need to import the built-in package called random, and there are different kind of usage of random number. For example, let's just try to see if random rand int works here. You see, it returns a object if you use the random.randint, because randint is a sub actually class of the object random. And if you just change it a little bit with no argument, you see the randint is missing two required positional arguments, a and b, because the randint commands actually return an integer between two integers in the interval of two integers. For example, we put randint from 1 and 10, it just randomly return an integer like 3. so this number won't be greater than 10. So if you put roundint 10 to the 100, so you just return another random number in that interval. So about the random integers or the random numbers, there are many different built-in functions. You can I will put more resources in the video for you for your future reference, and you can just check the description below the video if you are interested to explore more. Alright, thank you so much. That was pretty much it. It was our tutorial about digging more a little bit into the Python numbers, defining and actually changing the type of the Python number, like the conversion of the type. And hope you find it useful. Please feel free to put comments if you had any question, and don't forget to subscribe to stay tuned for future video updates. Thank you so much.